what I'm saying now, because you'll hear it later, especially if you're in one of the groups. While I share the author's perspective most of the time, I don't share all of the author's perspectives. And yes, we can still both be unity ministers. I do not agree with, it doesn't resonate. Now, I'm not saying she's wrong and I'm right. And you may find that you agree with everything the author says, and that's all right. Because it's all about clarifying your personal theology. So let's just, what I want to do, I've been talking more and more, thinking more and more, been increasingly aware of the subconscious. It's just come into my consciousness more fully now, not that I never thought about it before. But the subconscious is so powerful, and it's a tool for us to use. Either consciously, we can write upon it, that which we choose to write upon it, or we can leave it up to chance, whatever the world sends our way, and let that be the only thing that gets written on the subconscious mind. But whatever is written there, trust me, it affects us. It creates the foundation out of much of what we do and how we respond. So what I want to do together is read the remaining 4 principles to record them on our subconscious mind. Together. Human beings have a spark of divinity within. Our very essence is of God, and therefore we are inherently good. Human beings create their experience of life by the activity of their thinking. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens our connection with God-mind, and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, and prosperity. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are not enough. We must also live the truth that we know. Now here's something I know about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind took that in. The subconscious mind may have said, silently, human beings have a spark of divinity. That's not me. Those are human beings, not me. They're really talking about somebody else. So, do you have your pencil? There's a reason you have the pencil. You knew that. What I want you to do is to take your pencil now and use it to turn these last 4 principles into personal affirmations. First person affirmations. Just takes a couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes. Takes about a minute. Turn them into first person affirmations. If you're really good, you can just do it in your mind. I think there's a value in doing it on paper with a pencil. I've already done mine. Actually, I must not. Okay? Now, we are going to read them together, taking them fully into our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. I have a spark of divinity within. My very essence is of God, and therefore I am inherently good. I create my experience of life by the activity of my thinking. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens my connection with God-mind, and therefore brings forth healing and prosperity. knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are not enough. I must also live the truth I know. Your subconscious mind cannot ignore I am statements. Does God change? God as principle does not. God as principle does not change. God as principle doesn't bless one person on one day and punish that person the next. God does not open to us based upon what we do. God is there for everyone, the newborn and the tyrant, the peace marcher and the anarchist. And in equal measure is God present as principle. Now, God is also personal. Personal. As you and me expressing in the universe, we are the personality of God evolving. We are the personality of God evolving. And in that manner, God is always changing because we are always changing. There's God as principle, the unchanging. God is personal, the changing. This is the current leading edge of the New Thought movement. That we are the consciousness of God. We are God mind evolving in manifest form. In the absolute, God is what God has always been and always shall be. But we are God in evolution. And we are doing it consciously, to the best of our ability. We are consciously evolving who we are. We are seekers and explorers on the spiritual path. What was your concept of God at the age of 5 or 6? Maybe for Santa Claus, favorite Santa Claus. We got one for Santa Claus. And for many, if not most of us, God was up there. And God was watching us. God saw everything we did. God knew everything we thought. You gotta be careful.
God is watching.
Being watched. All the time. And we prayed. I think many of us prayed that God would do things for us. And probably he, or maybe she, would do them if we were good enough. Good enough. I gotta be good. So I can get to heaven. That just came to mind. Where came on? It's not written here. Just know that. Yeah. Did your God change by the time you were a tween or a teen, your concept of God? I can tell you that I didn't hear this in my home, but I did hear it from others, a lot of others, that if I didn't accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, I was eternally lost. Now, so many of my family friends, are Jewish. And they were among the most engaged and engaging friends that we had. And it made absolutely no sense to me that they were going to be forever lost. I knew that wasn't true. The God that I understood, the God that I felt, would never leave them out. Nor the Hindu, nor the Buddhist, and all the others. I knew that. That was my personal theology at the time. Still is. Just to be clear. I didn't call it theology at that point in my life, but that's what it was. When I was 16, I was invited to a meeting. It was an evening meeting around 7 o'clock with a group of Jesus freaks. And yes, they called themselves that. Okay, that wasn't what I was calling them. One of the groups said, my Jesus freak friends and I are meeting, would you like to join us? And I was on a spiritual path at that age. And I said, sure. Well, shortly after joining their group, I found myself in a very animated spiritual discussion. Because they said, Jesus is the way and the only way. They said, look, it's right here in the Bible. Jesus says, I am the truth, the way, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. I said, no, no, no. It says right here in the Bible, in Exodus, God said, I am that I am. Every time we say I am, we are speaking our true spiritual name. What Jesus is saying here is that the only way to God is to acknowledge the divinity within. The only way to live is to love as Jesus loved. He was saying not through me, but by me, by how I am. How I am. Not who I am. How I am. When somebody asks you how you are, what do you say? I am this, or this, or this. And you're speaking your truth. You are speaking with spiritual authority whenever you say, I am. Be very cautious. I shouldn't say cautious. That has a negative connotation. Be very aware. Be acutely aware of when you say, I am. Because you are speaking with the greatest power and authority at your disposal. And rejoice that you have that power and that authority to say, I am. I am coming with you. I am part of this group. I am in this discussion. I am a meditator. I am.